Okay, today is May 19th, 2019. We are exactly 1 week after Mother's Day. Normally, they say it's safe to plant your garden after Mother's Day, but because we saw temperatures were going to be kind of cold this next week, matter of fact, one day we're dipping into the 30s, so the upper 30s, so we decided just to wait 1 more week. So I'll show you where the plants are at in the greenhouse and how they look. I'm also going to give you an update on the strawberry patch and the rhubarb, because the rhubarb looks like it's pretty much ready to be picked again. So anyways, here we go. I'll flip the camera around for you. All right, first you'll notice where we planted our carrots, there's nothing popping up there yet. But then if we look at the rhubarb, you can see it's pretty much ready to be plucked again. We'll probably wait and let it thicken up just a hair more. And then you'll see right here, these are our walking onions here. Look like they're doing really nice. All right, now checking in on the strawberries. Looks like we're gonna be plucking some of these this morning and having them for breakfast. Okay, so these are the plants we planted back in March. I've had to squish several slugs that have gotten into here. You can see the celery is just teeny tiny. The lettuce, same thing. We've got our big tomatoes. They're starting to grow pretty big. We've got 2 pumpkins that have made it and 3 watermelons. Unfortunately, the cucumber and cantaloupe, it got attacked by slugs and never made it. And then of course on March 31st, we also planted carrots, and you can see the carrots are doing really well in here. Okay, these are the plants that we planted on April 13th. You can see the spaghetti squash is doing really, really well. And then you got the cherry tomatoes on the right. They're all taken off nicely. And then of course the peppers on the left. Okay, these are the 2 zucchini plants. They are ready to get outside. Each afternoon those flowers pop wide open. So we need to get these guys out into the garden as soon as it warms up. Okay, these are the plants that I purchased. So you can see I've got spaghetti squash there on the right. Same thing, that's looking like it's ready to go out to the garden. All these are, matter of fact, you got cantaloupe there on the bottom left, and then the 2 pepper plants, which also look ready to rock and roll. And then of course, if you scroll over here, you can see that's my lilikoi tree. And I think I needed some trimming because it seems like it's growing really strong down here, and I need it to grow up. I decided to trim down that lilikoi tree. It was getting so tall and skinny, and there was a new growth starting right here. And so I thought I just trimmed it off right here, and I'll let this take the new lead here, and hopefully it works out. Okay, here's the update on the peaches we have growing in the underground greenhouse. If you look right here, you can see we've got a couple of peaches growing right here. I'll turn the camera around and show you really quick what that's looking like. So you can see you got a nice big one there. We actually have a nice little clump of them growing if you look underneath here. So we're gonna get quite a bit of peaches out of this little guy. Good morning, everybody. Behind me, you see my beloved orange tree. You also have the grapefruit tree right there. And then down here a little further, we have another orange tree, a lemon tree, and a lime tree. And my project is that I'm going to put some good soil around these trees and try to help them spur growth, I guess. They've all done okay, but I'd really like to see them produce. Pretty much the entire reason I built this greenhouse is so I could have citrus trees and fresh oranges especially. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do, and let's get going. So you're looking at the base of my orange tree, which I planted 3 years ago, and you'll notice I put lava rock around it. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna remove the lava rock from around all of the citrus trees, and I'm gonna go ahead and dig around the tree a little bit, and then put some of this nice Miracle-Gro potting mix in around the tree and get some more nutrients down to the roots. This is a sandy soil. You can see it's which is really good for citrus trees. They like sandy soils, but I want to try to get some more nutrients down there and see if we can get these things to really start growing and producing. Okay, so the plan is to completely remove all this lava rock and then put this nice potting mix around the tree. Shouldn't take too long. Anyways, I was just thinking about it this morning, and I was like, I don't think that lava rock is helping with anything. And it seems better I could put some nice mix around there and maybe put some bark around it to keep the soil a little more moist. Okay, so I've removed most of the lava rock, and now I'm just gonna dig around the tree a little bit until I can start to see some of the roots. I can already see a little bit, so I'm gonna be really gentle here. And then we're gonna take some of this nice potty mix and put that in there. And I do want to put a little bit of a lip around this here to kind of hold the water. All right, so now I'm starting to see some of the roots exposed. Here, I'll show you close up. Okay, so you can see we've got some roots exposed. Now it's time to throw in the potting mix. Okay, so I've got this nice potting mix around here. The last thing I'll do is I have a little bit of bark, and I'll just put a little bark around the edge of this tree, and the bark stays moist, so it should help keep this soil moist, and that should help the tree grow a little bit better. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw in some bark here, and this tree should be ready to go. 1 down, 4 to go. Okay, so I just wanna track this one particular tree over the next few months and see if it really helps. So this is my favorite orange tree. It's really grown really well. And it's the one that I just put all the bark around and everything else. So we're gonna watch this tree and see if this really, really helps it grow or if it doesn't really change anything. Okay, now we're moving on to the grapefruit tree. And the grapefruit tree is actually what has inspired me to do this, because it's been one of my best trees. You can see it's got a nice thick trunk. It's been growing well, and suddenly the leaves at the bottom kind of started dying and falling off. So I'm hoping this really helps spur this one. This is semi-dwarf grapefruit tree. So here we go. Okay, I'm just going to show you the grapefruit tree really quick. You can see we've got the new soil down with some bark on top of it. And this is kind of what this tree looks like at this point. Okay, now we are working on my second favorite tree in the greenhouse, which is my other orange tree. This guy has not grown well. I don't know if it's because in the shadow of this big peach tree that I need to get out of here, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this one that we've just done on the other two. Mostly for journaling purposes, I'm just gonna show this little orange tree really quick. You can see it is a lot smaller than the other orange tree. Okay, so once again, for documentation purposes, I'm going to show you the lemon tree. It's grown tall, but it's kind of skinny. I'm probably going to have to put something in there to support it. We're now on to my last tree, which is my favorite crooked lime tree. So 4 down, 1 to go. Okay, so that was my 5th and final tree. I was actually able to get all 5 trees done this morning. Now I need to rush out of here. But before I do, kind of want to show you what the lime tree looks like before I end the video. Mostly, like I said, I do this for myself, for journaling, but in case anybody's interested, hopefully it helps you out, and just another experiment. This should really help everything grow and hopefully produce some fruit, because I'd really like to start getting some lemons and limes, and especially those oranges, you know, before I die. So these trees have all been in here for 3 years now. I feel like we're at the point now where they should start maybe, you know, producing. Here's my crooked old lime tree. And I did want to show you this. If you look closely, we actually have a few of these little blooms here. And so I'm hoping that that means we'll be getting a couple little limes on this tree. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks.